Hey guys, Kev here, and I have an interesting video for you. So, you guys may know recently I checked out the BilletSpin Campen, and I actually have the mechanism for that here that they sent me. And I want to show you that, and then I want to show you some other cool stuff that they sent along for me. And here's the card. Sorry, I'm just getting the stuff out of the box. Should have had this ready. So thank you to Richard Stadler. He's the owner of BilletSpin. He's like a CNC wizard. Awesome dude, coming up with cool ass ideas, right? So we have this sort of top situation over here. Then we have what are called Gambit coins, which, guys, if you saw that live stream where I unboxed these, I had no clue what to do with any of this stuff. Now I do, and I think I'm hooked. So just wait for that. But let's check out this mechanism first. And they offered to send me a mechanism. Basically, it's a disassembled mechanism of the pen. Obviously, it's not the full pen, but we can try to explore here and see what's going on, right? So on the pen, you have this knob, or knob, whatever you want to call it, and it goes back and forth. And when you click it over, it goes forward. Wow. And when you click it back, it pops back up. It's magic. So here, essentially, is the inside of the pen. As you can see here, we are over to, let's make sure we're over to that side. Yep, we're on the right side, I think. There. Okay, so there we go. That's how it would be, right? You see the top of the pen and everything there. And then you have this piece, right? And you have these two rods in there, which I'm going to try to zoom in so I can show you, because I'm not... I'm not an engineer, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So just bear with me, okay? And stuff is going to want to roll away because my damn desk is on a lean. But you have this rod right here. Goes into that hole right there, obviously. And then you have this rod right here. That goes into that hole right there. So you have these two rods. And then you have this sort of brass piece. I guess it's brass. And there's slots for the holes. And then you have the knob here, and this whole thing spins, right? See that? And I don't know if this comes off, if I can take it off further. Is it unscrewing? I don't think so. So I think that's it, right? So you just have these two rods that are gonna be attached to this. So watch, you put this in like that, and it sort of slots in there. You see the slot here and the slot there. And what happens when you push this to the side is those rods actually move forward. Well, I guess actually it spins this, which then pushes the rods forward somehow. Not sure how that works. Are the rods moving at all? Yeah, they must be, right? Is it? Yeah, it kind of pulls the rods out somehow. I don't know how that works exactly, but it does. You'll see it pushes forward, and now it's sort of locked into this position, right? And I'm guessing that is your open position, sort of wedged in there, right? And then you can push it back, and it's kind of getting out of the way, and it'll pop back into that position. I'm guessing there's some kind of tension that's forcing it to do that, because I can just keep spinning. It's not going to do anything now because this is off the mechanism. So I don't know, when you push it forward, it's kicking that piece forward, right? And now it's locked in. So the question is how pushing it back makes it fly back like that, because this doesn't do that. When it gets to there, right, locks in here in your open position. It's pushed forward. It's in that position, right? And then I want to push it back, so I push it this way, and I'm guessing it falls down and clicks back into this, and that's what's happening. So there's tension against it, right? See how see how when I push my finger down as pressure, it's pushing that forward, and when it gets that point where it's going to lock up, you'll see, hold on. I'm trying to do it so you can see better. It's going to get to that halfway point, and it's going to click in. Not there. Boom. See how I kind of made that noise and clicked in? That's that noise. That's that piece landing in this position. So let's go back. Ready? Listen for it. Boom. That's it clicking into position. So there's pressure against this end, right? There must be a spring in there pushing pressure or something. Then when I want to click back, I have to, boom. See? I have to put, it's me letting pressure off, so it's a little bit difficult to show. Boom, click in. I'm gonna release. Boom, click back. Click. Click. So there's more of a click when you click over than there is. Hold on, let me just. Am I doing this wrong? What's going on here? There. There's more of a click going to the lock position. Whoops. God damn it. Sorry. There's more of a click. Well, I guess when there's pressure on it, it works a little differently. But let's see if we can see any of that going on. So now there's no pressure on it, right? There's just a loose mechanism like that. When I'm not putting pressure on it, it's just kind of loosey-goosey. Let's see if we can see in there. I'm trying to find my flashlight. Here it is. I was charging this guy. So let's see if we can see in there. Yep, I can see the end of the brass. You're not going to be able to see. Well, you can kind of see it shining in there. But that's basically this piece sitting in there like this, right? That's what you're seeing. And then we put the refill in. And then you put a spring over top of it. And then when we tighten this down, it's going to put pressure on that spring, right? And that's what's giving it the ability to function properly, right? So he had to make sure the spring was the right tension, because you can see if I have too much pressure on it, it's not moving. But if I back off a little bit, it'll ride the tension up. And then, again, can't do anything until I lay a little pressure off. So that spring essentially had to be the perfect tension for this to work. It's really cool. I'm really glad he sent this, because it's interesting. It is a cam pen, because these are essentially functioning as a cam, right? I mean, I don't know how a cam works, but I think it goes up and down vertically. Right? Where like a bolt action goes down and over. And it's really just you pushing that bolt thing down and over. It's your tension doing that, where this is kind of a spring doing it, helping it along at least. So that's really cool. Let me put this away. Now if I ever break the pen, hey, I got a little bit of backup ammunition to fix it. So I'm really happy they sent this, because this is honestly, it's just super cool. So that's the Campen. You can check out my video on it. It's absolutely fantastic. I would highly recommend it. It is titanium. It has a good weight to it. It does have a little bit of weight in the back because of the cam, but not as much as your traditional bolt actions do. I think it's very serviceable, even for somebody who doesn't like any weight in the back. It works great for me. It's a good size pen. It takes Parker refills. Has a beautiful clip. So I can highly recommend the Campen here. And I believe they are going to be available in left hand and right hand, which essentially just means one goes this way and one's going to go this way. Like one's going to start over here and click this way, and then you click back, right? So on, off, on, off. And this one is on, off, if that makes sense. I think the right-handed one works best for me, left-handed. So it's not like it's an actually lefty and righty one, but he had to call them something, and that's why he did that. So now, quickly, let's talk about this top, right? So this is going to be a copper top, and it has a sort of fluted top there. I think that's what you'd call it. Very cool and interesting thing. Something I feel like you'd see at a casino or something. I don't know. And it's got this really cool needle sort of point at the end. I don't know if that's stainless steel. I guess we'll find out. No. So it must be titanium, tungsten, aluminum. I don't know. Something that's non-magnetic. And then you have, obviously, this surface. They provided this for me. He did say put some kind of oil on it. He said face oil, but I don't know what that is. And I didn't want to just put oil on it. So I was testing it out, and I really suck at top. So I'm kind of doing this, and I'm like, how does this work? I'm just dropping it all over the place. But you just give it a spin and let it go. And guys, I literally put it on that hard, and it just sat on my desk like this for, it might have been 10 minutes. It was just kept going and going and going. And I don't know if there's a radius on this stand that keeps it inside, or if the top naturally somehow spins and keeps it inside of whatever surface it's on. That sounds dumb, but I think it has a little bit of a cave in so that it doesn't get pushed off the edge, if that makes sense. But yeah, this thing would just spin and spin. I didn't even spin that very good. You can see it's kind of moving. The best spin, I would assume, is one that's just stationary and just spinning and spinning. When it's moving like this, I think you're getting less out of it than you would if it was in one position. But you can see it's not like the tops you had as a kid. They spun for like, 10 seconds and then stop. This thing is like precision made, and it's meant to spin for a while. I think I saw something online that said like this thing can spin for like 10 minutes. So who knows what this can spin like. I started a video once and just left it over there, and when I was done, it was still going. So I don't know how long it can spin. I don't want to sit here and just watch it for 10 minutes. So you're going to have to just trust me. But it's really cool stuff. If you're into tops, cool, right? Then you have these Gambit coins, right? And essentially the way these work is there's two aspects to it. There's the coin, and there's the Gambit holder thing, right? Shit, I can't remember what they're called now. Insert, maybe? I feel like an idiot because I was on the website earlier, and I can't remember what they're called. But you can tell, coin, and then you have your Gambit holder, whatever, right? And there's different kinds. There's this one that's just flat, right? And then there's this one that has a top sort of at the bottom, right? It has a little jaw at the bottom so you can spin it. And I think there might be a third kind. I just have these two, okay? And the cool thing about these is there's a spring in there. I don't know how well you can see that. There's a spring going around the entire side of it. You can actually pull it out with something if you wanted to. And that's what keeps these coins in. So you just kind of pop it in. So it doesn't just come out. Now, my kid threw this across the room, and yes, it came out. But it's meant to come out. So you just put pressure up at the top and push down. And it kind of pops the bottom. You can do it at the bottom if you want and pop it up this way. It's honestly easier to pop this way and then go down, like pull it out this way. So there's a couple of things that these are meant to do, right? They're kind of like a fidget toy. They're obviously, it's a coin thing, so you can sit here and spin it, right? This one has a copper brass smiley face insert on it, and you just kind of spin it, right? This is actually zirconium. This holder is made out of zirconium. I believe the zirconium ones are like 100 and I don't know, or maybe they're like $80, but they can get expensive, right? Then you have this one that I think is just aluminum. We can check and see, or it might be titanium, honestly. Anodized titanium, I think, something like that. And then you have the different, so there's like titanium, steel, zirc, damasteel. There's like all different ones. Different, you know, shapes and kind of designs on them. This one has the ridges so you can spin it. This one doesn't because it's not a spinner. Then you have the coins that come in all different materials. You have this one that I think is zirconium. Again, we can check. Could be tungsten or zirconium. And then it has this superconductor material inside. They have different patterns of that. This one's got the copper smiley face. They have ones that are, one that I'm thinking about getting, actually, is a Damascus, or no, I think it's zirconium around the side. So the coin is zirconium. And then inside here, it's Damascus. It looks so cool. And I think putting that into this Zirc one is going to look really cool. And then you can use it as a fidget toy and just spin it like this, right? You can obviously play with it by popping it out. You can play with it by spinning it around the outside here, which is actually kind of satisfying as well. And then you can kind of pop it in, pop it out, spin it around, pop it in, pop it out, spin it around, right? You can take this guy and do the same thing, pop it down, pop it out, all that good stuff, right? You can use it as a ball mark. So if you're playing golf or something, keep this in your pocket. Oh, ball mark time. Just pop it out, put it down, and then when, you know, you take your shot, you pick it back up, pop it back in, throw it in your pocket or back in the golf cart or whatever, right? I don't know if personally I'd carry one like this for that just because of the weight. You know, you might try to put together a lightweight one for golf, or you just keep it in the keep it in your bag or keep it in the golf cart. But it can also be used as a card marker. So like if you're playing poker or something or whatever, I don't play cards, but you can put it on top of your card like this to mark it or whatever, hold it. You could use it for anything, guys. Like if you're playing billiards and you want to call next game, throw down your coin. So there's a bunch of different, you know, functions for it. It's mostly like just stuff that you could do with a coin, right? But then it's also fidgety, and that's kind of the cool part. It's also kind of collectible because there's all different bases or inserts or holders, whatever you want to call these. And then there's all different coins as well. It just makes it really cool. Then you have these that have the top, and these actually, if I can do it, these can spin for like 10 minutes too, as long as you get it going right. It's so hard under the camera like this. Oh. Anyway, if you get it right, because I've gotten it right, and it has spun for like, I really want to get it. If you can't tell, I really, really want to get it. There we go. Yeah, I had it going for at least 10 minutes sitting over there while I was working earlier today because I was just trying to get this thing spinning as best I can. I'm not an expert in spinning, so trying to get these things spinning without being an expert, like having the technique and stuff, it's kind of hard. Like, try to make sure I don't hit this one. I will, though, probably. Oh. All right, so I knocked that one out. Look at that. So anyway, not being good at it, and then on top of that, this is a pretty small base. I think for most people that know this stuff, it's probably a good size base, right? For me, a noob, it's a little bit small for me to try to get in there and spin stuff, already being a very clumsy person, you know? So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this stuff, first off, because they were nice enough to send it to me. I looked this stuff up today, guys. You know, this thing is like $100. This coin is like $50. This coin's like $75. This thing's probably like another $75. I don't know how much the top and the base are. You count that with the pen being $150. You know, BilletSpin was super kind to me by sending all this stuff for me to review and keep, which is amazing. So that, first off, is great. But it doesn't mean I'm going to say things are good or nice or whatever, right? This is going to be hit or miss for you, right? He did tell me he worked really, really hard. It took him a long time to get this coin thing right because he had to invent this sort of spring inside the coin that, you know, they all fit, and it's just kind of really cool now that it exists. It's like, oh yeah, you know, that's cool. And it's something fidgety, I think, for people who, let's say you're at work and you can't whip a knife out. This is perfect for me in that situation, right? I could sit here and do this without having to whip my knife out and do it, or without having to take out something sort of obnoxious like this, you know, and sit there with a fidget spinner, you know, and just spin the thing. I'm not the biggest fan of fidget spinners, honestly. This, to me, is more satisfying, just kind of spinning the smiley face around. So, they also make a double one. It's like 2 coins on top of each other, and you put one in here, and you put one in here, I think, and then you have like a double thing. It's just really interesting and unique. And it can also be therapeutic for people who have anxiety, or people who have OCD, or people who have whatever the syndrome or the medical condition is. It can be very helpful for you, right? Attention deficit disorders. It keeps you focused on something, maybe, right? So it's not only just for fun. It can also, you know, relieve some stress and whatever else you might have going on. So I really like the ones with the smiley face because I get a really good grip and I'm able to spin it real easily. This superconductor one, maybe I'm spinning it. I am, but like I don't really feel it so much. You know, so I'd rather have one like this where I know I'm spinning it. It's kind of satisfying to do that, right? So I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I will probably be picking up at least that Timascus with Zerk coin to try it because it just looks sexy. And on top of that, it's going to be kind of fun to, you know, sit there and spin. And I'll probably end up getting some other stuff while I'm there. But this stuff was donated to the channel, so big shout out to them. If I do get more or whatever, and you know I have some to give away, I certainly will. But I kind of want it to be to people who understand that this is, you know, I don't want them to just get it and be like, oh, it's a thing, and you know, because that's kind of how I acted when I first unboxed it on the live stream. I was like, oh, it's a coin thing, like whatever. But then, you know, because they sent it to me, I took the time to look into it and get to know it and understand it. And once I did, I'm like, yeah, this is really cool. This is something I can get into, right? So now I'm into it. I blame Richard for that. Thank you. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the Gambit coins, holders, the tops. You can see that thing's still, it's just sitting there going. I don't know if you can see it, but can you see it? Look at that. Still spinning. Just like endlessly spinning. It's so it's freaking cool, man. It really is. And then you have the Campen, which is or will be available very soon on their website in lefty or righty titanium pen. Fantastic pen. So shout out to you, Richard. Really appreciate it, man. You got some cool stuff here, and I'm super excited to keep checking it out. Let's see if I can get this to spin. Come on, we could do it. We could do it. I'm going to stop it on accident. Maybe I have to just let it grab it. Damn it. This is fun. He engineers things, and I'm just a dope sitting here trying to get a card to spin on something. All right, it's not going to work, but it's still going. All right, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. Is this something you'd be into? Are you into it already, maybe? Right? I am really getting into it. It's something cool and unique. To me, it's better than the like Knucks and stuff, because those you can't do anything with. They're just kind of like a thing, and they're kind of big and bulky, and I'm not going to hit somebody with them, right? So it's kind of pointless to me. This, it doesn't take up as much space or weight, and it's really fidgety and fun, so I'm into it. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.